UC Berkeley did a series of these behavioral experiments using a rigged Monopoly game. So one player had certain advantages that would lead him or her to win more money while playing the game. So the way that they rigged it was the following. They were secretly recorded and it was multiple rigged games of Monopoly in which one randomly chosen player in a randomly selected group was given certain prior advantages such as twice the money, greater ability to move around the board, more than 2 dice, and more access to resources, higher bonuses for passing go. Okay, so as these players are accumulating more wealth in the game, and even though it was rigged, they became even more obnoxious about their winnings. They became more and more entitled. So to give you an example of how that happened, after just 15 minutes of play for each game, the researchers began noticing dramatic behavioral changes in the advantaged players. Observed changes ranged from louder, more forceful movement of their game piece and other displays of power to seemingly trivial things like eating more pretzels. So to give you an example, as they're playing, the person who has all the advantages would move their pieces like that, be very, very aggressive with it. They would grab more pretzels and eat them aggressively. I mean, it's so absurd. It's so absurd.
Every once in a while they'd shout out. Okay, now look, I'm a shameless competitor, and if you have the misfortune of losing to me in any competition, as you might be aware, Anna, there will be some degree of bragging, to say the least.
Some degree, just,
okay. Right. Whether it's the TYT Fantasy Football League, whether it's the race we had, I mean, you name it. And Monopoly, oh, get out of the way. You better hope I don't win, right? Because there's going to be a lot of this action going on there. Okay? I'm staking out my territory, I'm having fun, etc. It's a different thing. If the game is rigged in your favor, how could you then think like you're the boss and you're doing this and you're eating more pretzels and you're like, ho, boom, boom, boom. But we do because we're animals.
No, but Cenk, that totally translates into what we're seeing right now in real life. You think wealthy people in America don't know that the system is rigged in their favor? They know. They know that they pay a lower percentage in taxes because of these corporate tax loopholes and what have you, and because of these deductions, than middle class and working class individuals. But regardless of that, they sit around and they still pretend as if they're more entitled to that money. They sit around and they pretend as if they work harder than the general population and they did something special to earn it. So these experiments just mimic that.
No, and that's why I love this story. So, and more than anything else though, Anna, I think they're rationalizing entitlement. I think that they really get themselves to believe it. Like one of the guys that they described in the study starts explaining why he won the game and how he was strategically better. If you've got twice the money, Monopoly's pretty easy to win. Okay, when you pass go, you get more money, etc. But he has to make himself believe that he was better. Okay, it's one of the greatest political quotes of all time is former Texas Governor Ann Richards. What she said about George W. Bush. He was born on third base and thought he hit a triple. Okay, and that describes, unfortunately, all of us. If you put us in that position, most human beings start walking around the Monopoly table like this and being like, ha, who's the boss? I'm the boss. I knew it. I'm the greatest, right? When in reality, you got more money, etc. So Mitt Romney, really, I think he really believes he deserves to only pay 13% in taxes, right? And that he got to where he is, made all that money, was the governor of Massachusetts, etc., because he earned it. Never mind the fact that his father ran for president, was the governor of Michigan, gave him a tremendous amount of money, etc. He thinks, what do you mean? I get all the pretzels, okay? Human nature is amazing. And the more you find out about it, the better off you are, because then we, hopefully, if we're smart enough in the long run, can guard against that, right? Because if you let rich people, and especially the guys who didn't earn it, who get the money handed to them, okay, run amok like the Mitt Romneys and the George W. Bushes of the world, okay, you're going to have trouble on your hands. It's not fair, it's not just, and they'll eat all your pretzels.